And a very pleasant Wednesday evening, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson here coming to you from the Weather Hub. Well, folks, we've gotten through one day of intense heat and humidity. High temperature in Rockford made its way up to 92 degrees. But when you factor in the insane amount of humidity that we had heat index values get as high as 108 degrees. That's in the city of Rockford, undoubtedly in some of the more rural areas where we have more of that corn sweat occurring. Heat index values could have reached or even exceeded 110 degrees. A little bit of good news. In fact, I think we do expect some modest relief from the heat here tomorrow, though the humidity is going to remain a major factor. On the bad side of things, that may come at the cost of some showers and thunderstorms. We have those possibilities to discuss here right now. This is the latest radar picture showing a complex of showers and thunderstorms. It stretches from southeastern Minnesota into north central and northwestern Iowa. No severe weather with this particular complex as we see it, at least right now. Earlier on, these were a little bit stronger. Now, the big question will be, what do these storms do moving forward here throughout the remainder of the evening and overnight hours? So, what we'll take a look at here is the high resolution precision cast model, which will depict exactly how these thunderstorms will behave over the course of the next 12 to 24 hours. Here's where we are sitting at about 10 o'clock. So, model has a very good handle on these thunderstorms. Going to be pretty slow movers at first, and they are going to be extremely efficient rainfall producers given the fact that it is so incredibly moist out there. Here is where we stand at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, the expectation is that this activity, while it does look rather impressive as it continues eastward, should likely start to lose a little bit of oomph as they get closer and closer to us here in the state line. So let's continue our hour by hour trek. We're sitting right now at 2 o'clock in the morning. Here's 3 a.m. The showers and storms inching a little bit closer, but you'll notice a discernible weakening trend absolutely taking place. We'll stop this now at 6 o'clock in the morning as these showers and storms begin to enter northwest Illinois, at least through this depiction of our precision cast model. They would be poised likely to arrive here in the Rockford metro, again, in a likely weakening form sometime between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. Now, I mentioned just a few moments ago that we might not be as hot tomorrow as we were here today. Simply put, that's due to the fact that we're going to have, in all likelihood, some showers and maybe some thunderstorms around. But more importantly, the cloud cover is likely to stick around. Even though these storms will be fizzling out, the cloud cover is likely to stick around here for a good chunk of the morning and maybe even into the afternoon hours. Obviously, the longer we hold on to the cloud cover, the better that is for our temperatures here, as the sun won't be able to cook the atmosphere as it was here today. So that would certainly be a plus. We would not lose the humidity. I can assure you that the humidity will continue to be a major factor. And so heat advisories will go into effect for a second straight day, especially for our westernmost counties. That would be Stevenson, Joe Davis, Carroll, and Whiteside counties. We are not likely to get into advisory level criteria here in the Rockford Metro. Again, that's a really good piece of news. It doesn't mean we're completely spared of the intense heat and humidity. I just don't think we get into those 105 to 110 degree heat index values that we got here today. Now, the big question will be, do we see some sunshine peek through the clouds then in the afternoon? Because if we do, that could spur additional shower and thunderstorm development and another severe weather risk for us during the afternoon and evening hours. But as our precision cast model is right now depicting, that may very well not happen. And fingers crossed that we stay cloudy as long as possible. Now, there will be some holes poked in the cloud cover in the afternoon, and it should allow us to reach back close to 90 degrees for highs, but you don't see that 2, 3, 4 hours of sun that would necessitate more storms developing in a very, very potent manner. Again, that's good news. If it plays out this way, we're in very, very good shape. This is only one model, however, so we can't treat it as gospel, but this is a very positive development. More clouds, again, keep our temperatures closer to the upper 80s to lower 90s. Heat index values somewhere in the 95 to 100 degree range. No picnic, to say the very least, but a much more positive outcome potentially compared to what we saw here today. Now, I do still think that as a cold front drops through the region, there will be some shower and thunderstorm activity, but the longer we hold on to the cloud cover, the less and less of a chance we would see of those storms being on the strong to severe side. Down to the south and east of us here, especially as you go down south of Chicago and on in towards Joliet, Kankakee, and then south toward Peoria, down then even into central portions of Illinois. That's where we could have some of the stronger thunderstorms develop here tomorrow afternoon. That's where we may have a little bit more of a severe weather threat. So now let's play this out here going into Friday as well, because there is the possibility that this front continues to sag far enough south that it just keeps shower and thunderstorm activity largely at bay. But if we do see some northward retreat of the system, we could be looking at some locally heavy rainfall on a hit or miss basis. So that is something that we will have to be mindful of. But right now, the news is good on that front. Let's go now here into Friday morning, and we'll talk about how Friday looks to shape up. We'll keep a mostly cloudy sky around, but you'll notice the front well to the south, and any disturbed weather stays down to the south during that point in time. So this is the picture at 7 o'clock in the morning on Friday. Here's now the picture at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you'll see we'll be mostly cloudy, but largely quiet, which would certainly be a welcome development. Stop this now at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy skies, but showers and thunderstorms remain positioned well to the south and west, well to the south and southeast of us. And here's the picture at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So Friday may very well end up, if this model does end up verifying, Friday could end up being a generally dry day. Now, you don't ever want to completely remove the chances for showers and thunderstorms, especially when you've got an atmosphere that is still going to be very warm, that's still going to be quite humid, and that's still going to be somewhat unstable. But as far as things go, let's say how they looked yesterday compared to today, it is certainly a more optimistic view, which would certainly be good news. We'll keep a close eye on that here moving forward. I'm not going to completely rule out thunderstorm chances on Friday, but the chances do look to be quite a bit on the lower side. Let's talk about the severe weather risk here. Again, tonight there could be some of those showers and thunderstorms that come through here later tonight or early portions of tomorrow morning. Those are, again, the storms that are presently firing off to our north and west across southeastern Minnesota, western portions of Wisconsin, north central Iowa. That's where that yellow shaded area is. That's the level 2 slight risk. Then that drops to a level 1 marginal risk, touching right up to the kind of the tri-state area between Illinois, Wisconsin, and Iowa, near Dubuque and Galena. And then farther to the southeast, we find ourselves more in just that general thunderstorm risk. So any storms very unlikely to be severe late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Severe weather risk then tomorrow does shift farther to the southeast. It does include it does include the entire state line, but it's a lower risk. It's a level 1 out of 5, a marginal risk for severe thunderstorms. And I think we're talking about gusty winds, and that's going to be about it. There could be some heavy downpours in a few spots, but as far as the organized severe weather risk, not overwhelmingly concerned. And then Friday, a thunderstorm risk, but any sort of severe weather would stay well to our east, mainly across the Ohio River Valley and on into the northeast. Another storm risk up into the northern plains, but that is not going to be a big deal whatsoever. I think Saturday looks to be largely quiet, which is also another piece of good news as well. Let's just take a look quickly here at some of the precipitation risk. The excessive rainfall outlook is still on the higher side here tomorrow because of the very slow moving nature of any of these showers and thunderstorms. If we do get renewed development over the same place over and over and over again, you could see some locally heavy rainfall. So we're cautiously taking a look at the possibility of some heavy rainfall in a few spots here over the course of the next 24 hours. But all things considered, I think we've gotten through the most punishing of our days here today. As far as the heat and humidity go, tomorrow will ease because of the added cloud cover and maybe the showers and thunderstorms that reside here for the first half of the day or thereabouts. It will still remain very warm, if not bordering on hot, and it will still be very humid, just not as much here as it was today. So good news. It's a modest improvement, but an improvement here nonetheless. Again, Friday, Saturday, I think will be largely dry. We'll keep some storm chances in just to be conservative here, but I think the rain-free hours are likely to dominate both days. Sunday, then, we transition back to the heat in a big way, and I think that we could be dealing with these heat advisories again at some point Sunday, Monday, or maybe even Tuesday, as we're looking at a somewhat prolonged stretch of heat and maybe even more punishing heat than what we saw here today. I think from Sunday through Tuesday, we're going to be looking at highs in that 90 to 95-degree range, and heat index values could very well reach close to 105 or even 110. So we're going to have to worry about that. We are not done with the heat by any means. We're just getting a little bit of a reprieve here for the next couple of days. So that's the update here from the Weather Hub. Thank you so much, as always, for joining us. Always a pleasure to be here for you. And we look forward to serving you again here very, very soon, bringing you all the accurate and timely weather information that you need and whenever you need it. Thanks so much for being with us, and stay cool and stay safe, everyone. Take care. Bye bye now.